I called this GYN office, and I'm thinking in my mind, remember, patient expectation, I want to schedule an appointment. I'm ready to schedule an appointment. I get an automated answering system that says, if you're calling to ask about a medication, please hang up and call your own pharmacy. If you are calling to speak with a secretary, press 1. If you would like to speak to a nurse, press 2. And I'm thinking to myself, I wanted to make, I'm sorry you didn't understand. Please call again later. Click. And I'm thinking, all right, I must have dozed off. I didn't record this correctly. So I called again and again and again because I could not believe this. First of all, if this is about a prescription, hang up and call your own pharmacy. Friendly? Engaging? I think not. If you want to talk to a secretary, press 1. If you want to speak with a nurse, press 2. I'm thinking to myself, I want to schedule an appointment. What am I supposed to press? I'm sorry you didn't understand. Now, that to me says, I'm sorry, you're too stupid to live. I'm going to hang up on you. I'm disconnecting this phone call. That's exactly how it felt. And so I came back to these physicians and I said, you're not going to believe what happened. I called your practice yesterday, and this is what it said. And they said, you have no idea how bad our system used to be. Used to be as in the past tense. All right, they put in a computerized, automated call distributor system. You know, you read the computer reports, and you're measuring how many abandoned calls. All right? Does everybody understand what an abandoned call is? That is when the caller hangs up on you. They were hanging up on me. So they're telling me about how proud they are that last year they had a 25% abandonment rate. It's almost down to 0. And I said, because you're hanging up on me. I didn't get to hang up on you. I'm calling back just so I can hang up and mess up your statistics. They were measuring the wrong thing. So as a consumer, I was able to go back to these physicians who were very proud of their statistics and say, I wouldn't call you back. There is no way that I would call you back. I would open those yellow pages again or go back to the internet directory and I would go right on to the next practice. Because if you can't handle my question, if you can't answer my call in the first place, you're not going to get my business. These are the little things that lead you to ask the critical question of why? What is it about the culture of this organization that makes that okay? That was the same practice that had the promise posted literally in every department I visited. And their promise was things like dignity, privacy, compassion. And when I saw that, it made me ask the question, why? And why is it okay in your culture to have that kind of system and process and, worse yet, that mindset? I'm going to challenge all of you to ask why over and over and over again. Because if you're truly going to be patient-focused, mission-driven, patient-focused, that kind of thing should never happen. We need to teach our staff that every encounter, everything that a patient sees or hears or comes in contact with in our organization has to instill trust. So everything that comes out of their mouths is subject to either increasing that trust or destroying it in an instant. We were secret shopping and hanging out in waiting rooms, and there was a lady in the lab area. It's about 9:30 on a Tuesday morning, and her name was Joyce. I know that because she introduced herself to everyone in the waiting room when she said, well, this is ridiculous. We've got to do something. So she went over to the desk, she grabbed all of the patient satisfaction forms, and she handed them out to everybody in the waiting room. And she said, they need to hear about this. How many of you have had nothing to eat or drink today? And all these people are raising their hand. And she said, how many of you were told to be in here by 9 o'clock? And they're all raising their hand. And she said, this isn't acceptable. If we haven't eaten or had anything to drink, don't you think they should staff up early in the morning? I'm thinking, wow, Joyce has got a point.